Hi guys, Spectre here. Welcome back to more Total Warhammer 3. Continue my Lonely on Kerr 100 turn air Headstart campaign, which is nearing towards the end of it now. So this might be a first successful campaign for, well, my 100 turn Headstart campaign, and also my first Bretonnian campaign in Warhammer 3. Well, my first Bretonnian campaign is Lonely on Kerr. Wiped out Icky Claw, so he's gone. No more fear of any nukes. God, I'm fast forwarding through these on. Fucking hell. Karas has got a lot of armors running around. I think the reason as well, I'll be honest, I think the reason they buff Bretonnians is because not a lot of people play them. And it's because Bretonnians have quite a high skill curve to play. And it's because their weak game is, their early game is very weak. Like, very, very weak. They need to get to Knights Errant and Questing Knights, Knights of the Realm and Questing Knights really fast. Knights Errant are okay, but they're not great. So you need to get to the better units really, really quickly. Once you've got those sorts of units, you can then pretty much win most encounters you come into.
On for the lady!
Noble son of Bretonnia. The lady beckons.
Ryan's over there, he's going to help out. Clan Pestilence is still alive. Ooh. Oh, fucking hell. She's coming in on me. Cornelabron is here.
If the lady wills it.
I wonder if I can beat her.
For the lion!
Etheric and low. Very rare you see that combination. The day after.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Interesting.
You waste my time.
Well, that's a good job I left an army up here.
Of Bretonnia.
At least this is a capable one.
Valiant lord.
I'm just thinking about it now. If you ever get these Night Sword units rolling against Skaven, Skaven won't trade very well. Because the best anti-Lord unit Skaven have got is Stormbowmen with halberds, which aren't bad, but they're not fantastic. It's not like Black God of Nagarond or Chosen with halberds. They're not on that level. They're like the level below them sort of thing. So it's kind of weird
Noble son of Bretonnia.
with what they'd have to deal with the Bretonnians. Obviously you could use general Skaven shooting armies, but I think they'd fare even worse. Especially if the Bretonnians have got a lot of flying cavalry. Because you won't shoot them all down before they get in amongst your lines. And Skaven range units have got like no spine at all. They'll break so fast.
King Lewin, I shall fight to the death.
There is that one there, but
Goddess forbids it.
I don't think that can make it. Well, it's making it there in March. Think about it.
Chains. Mora.
Overlord.
I'm just seeing if they're a vassal of anybody. I thought they might have been vassalised by Siggy. I think Azazel's dead, so he can't vassalise anyone.
Yes.
2 turns. Good. I can't afford to recruit his full army, so at some point I need to recruit his full one. She's going there, okay. Boudica. Boudica's the name of a British female general who fought against the Roman Empire. She was no dark elf and she wasn't evil. She earned the respect of a lot of men in her clan though, because she was also their leader. She beat all of them in single combat. The woman was no slouch when it came to hand-to-hand fighting.
ask for a boon. Speak, and I will.
My strength and wisdom are yours.
Hang about. And Bella goes over there.
You are not worthy.
It's good, that's my preservation. Where did she go to? Where was that arm that was here? What?
Paladin of Bretonnia. My deeds are legend.
Noble. Glory awaits. It shall be so.
One more grill night. One more of you. That's what I changed his to, didn't I? It's down here somewhere.
Armored
Yeah.
in faith.
Because these are anti-large, these are anti-large, so you've got 7 anti-large, these are anti-infantry, and they're not anti, they're just strong against whatever they fight.
Paladin! Forward then!
Leaving. I go thither.
Lord.
That's at 700. Oof.
defender of the weak. Onwards for Bretonnia. By the light of the lady. On to victory! The lady calls.
Stop there, and then I can move straight across next turn. I'm not worried about taking attrition.
Valiant
Yeah, moved him.
lord.
Okay. It's a shame he can't stay at peace with the Throg when the player's playing him. But no.
Our neighbors in the east deign to visit. Hero of Bretonnia.
There.
What is this foolishness?
Paladin. On to glory.
This will fail. No.
Guardian!
Sometimes they wait until you're recruiting, and then they'll come and try and attack, so you don't want to move because you're recruiting units. But if I need to, I just cancel them. To go get a revenge. Well, not revenge, make sure that they don't get revenge. Aha. Under the city. Have that one then, and that one I believe. Yeah, we've got no landmarks or anything here.
King Lewin Leoncoeur. My journey begins. Riding out. True knight of Bretonnia. Death before dishonor. Going forth. To victory. Forward then.
My visions predict failure.
Ridiculous.
Shit. There's a guy with a fucking sword of cane.
The lady's chosen. A king stands.
Why would you go that way?
I will see it done.
Skirt the
I
coastline.
shall do what I can. Your plan is a good one.
You auto it and it'll move through an area that gives him attrition, rather than skirting the coast and taking no attrition.
Lady of Athel Lauren.
Chasing down the Dark Elf fleet. Well then again, when the other tide does get going.
My deeds are legend.
My reputation precedes me.
The Wood Elves though are a bit of a grey area, because they're not always part of the Order
Pure
Tide.
of art.
Guardian.
Oh, it's no longer a big tree thing for him. It was in Warhammer 2. They've changed that then. In Warhammer 2, it used to be this badass tree thing that had like probably the most disgusting garrison I've ever seen in the game. I had like 3 of every best Wood Elf unit you could imagine. I had like 3 Treekin, 3 Treemen, 3 Forest Dragons, 3 Way Watchers. I think it had 3 Way Stalkers, which are heroes. It was over 20 units as well, so you weren't ever going to get them all in a battle. But see, I think that in some cases with some factions, you should be able to have a garrison more than 20, and then any units that are extra come in as reinforcements. So as a unit perma-breaks or dies, something else comes in. I think what another nice feature they could do as well is, and this is for both the player or the AI, is if it's your last town or city, so basically your last settlement, all the garrison units become unbreakable. All of them. Because if that last town or city is lost, why would they flee when you're dead? And if you have an army garrisoned in the city, they benefit from the effect as well. So your army also becomes unbreakable. So they're willing to fight to basically the last entity in every single unit. Because if you know that's your example, like best way to put it, I mean it's close, but like the Battle of Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings. He took all his people from Edoras. He knew it wasn't defensible, so he went to the great fortress of Rohan, Helm's Deep. Now they could retreat from the fortress inside the hall when their forces got small enough, because it was already breached. The siege was basically won by the invading force, but then they were galvanised and they went out on the attack, even though they potentially were going to die amongst 10,000 Urukai. That's people then who literally fighting, they've got nothing left to lose. That's their last stand. If they don't stop them, they're going to butcher all their people below in the caverns. So I think having that unbreakable attribute added to your last settlement or city garrison, it depends on which one's last. Obviously it could be a town, and a town's obviously not going to have as big a garrison or a strong garrison as a city. So you probably want it to be a city rather than a town. But whichever one is your last settlement, all the garrison units gain unbreakable trait. And then, as I said, if there's an army, if you have an army as well, and the army's inside it, if the army's garrisoned inside the city, they're also unbreakable. So if, say, by some reason you had two armies, or like a partial army sort of thing outside, that army outside wouldn't get it, but the one garrisoned inside would. So then if they attacked, say, that army to put your forces outside, you'd have your entire garrison and the army that would be unbreakable, but not the army on the outside, because it's basically your last stand. You know you've got to fight with everything you've got the last person, otherwise you're dead. So there's no point breaking and fleeing. You've got nowhere to go. You've got to make every person or every entity in your army count as though it's 10 of the enemy. You've got to beat them. And then from that, if you're on the brink of defeat, maybe if you can break enough of the enemy's armies against your last settlement, you can then go back on the attack and claim some more provinces. Obviously, as soon as you claim another province, you'd lose that ability until you've only got one. Or let's say both are attacked on the same turn. The one that was attacked first wouldn't have the unbreakable trait. The one in the second fight would. Assuming you only had two, that is. I can fast forward for this. Sometimes the idea of a last stand is pretty cool, and it's when, example, like with the Urukai, with the reinforcing Rohan army, they broke the army and then ran down the Urukai, and then basically they then wiped out the Urukai, because with Treebeard and his guys, taking out Saruman's tower and his like minor city, I suppose. That's where the Urukai were being bred from, and with that now being destroyed, they can't breed any more of them. They were like basically one and done.
Ready to serve. Granted.
You waste my time.
Well, one more turn and that one's got a full army as well, and then I've got 3 full armies running round.
I assent to your orders. I ride. Who calls first? Honor and duty, with haste. shall smite the foe. I pledge you my service.
Very well.
Fucking hell.
Champion of the lady. I will see it done.
We will.
Very well. For the lady.
Oh my god, how many soul grinders? Not in force march because he can come out of the dock and attack us. I don't mind him attacking this army because this army, in my opinion, apart from the Lord, this army is stronger than Lonely on Kerr's army. But Lonely on Kerr being probably one of the strongest legendary lords in the game,
It shall be so.
and one of the most durable, he's a nightmare to shift.
You are a fool.
Even more so now, actually, thinking about it, because now he's got
I am the blood of she.
Blessing of the Lady on top. Bloody hell. I mean, yeah, he's got about 18% there. And then he's got another 15. So he's got a 33% ward save. And obviously I can still increase that, because I can make that the Talisman of Preservation, which gives me another 8. So that'll be 41. So a 41% ward save.
King Lewin Leoncoeur.
I can get 25% missile resist as well. Then again, he has that, doesn't he? Which gives him 40% missile resistance and spell resistance for 22 seconds. I can reduce the cooldown by 50% with that. So it goes from being 90-second cooldown to a 45-second cooldown. So you're not going to kill my range weapons really either. It's got perfect vigor, so he doesn't tire. He's unbreakable. Not sure why he's unbreakable actually. Why are you unbreakable? Oh, that's why. Legend. So gained by winning more than 90% of battles, 8 chivalry per turn, 10 melee attack, 20% weapon strength, and unbreakable. So then he's also not going to flee. Fucking guy's a beast. 129 armour. I'm still working on these stats as well, by that in mind. Because I've got what? 7 levels left, so 44, 45, 46. I'll take that 47. $48, $49. And there's no point taking more leadership. You could take another point in armor and give him some more armor if you wanted, I suppose. You'd be better off taking one of these single point traits. So that increases leadership aura size. Not like his knights and leaders, they've got good leadership anyway. So then you could just go that, and you've got 25% missile then. And then when he pops that, you've got 65% missile. And then 50% spell resistance, along with a 33 to a 41% ward save. It's like, yeah, good luck killing that guy. Good fucking luck. because by that going from being physical resistance to a ward save just made him into probably one of the strongest special characters like Legendary Lords in the game. His weapon's not bad, it's not the most deadly weapon in the game, but then he also has a trait where he's got regeneration built in, so he heals himself as well. So, while being on a monstrous mount, this gives him a shitload of armor piercing. I've got an admiral called Sid.
Do you wish the lady's favor?
For 0.3 it cost me almost 4 grand. No, I don't think so. I don't need it, I'm not paying him for it. He wants it, it can either be free or he can pay me. Or I might pay him a very small amount. But I'm not paying him 4 fucking thousand.
A king stands with you. I go forth.
That counted. I'll take it.
Secret guardian. Writing forth.
True Bretonnian. She calls.
So, oh, wrong one. 185% research rate, what the fuck?
Master of magic.
Protector of Elfwan.
Guardian of Bretonnia. taking my leave.
Noble son of Bretonnia, paladin of Bretonnia. Their lifeblood is yours.
There we go. I'll put a reference to Keanu Reeves in there. Because his first name sounded kind of like that anyway, but the other one looked like Monster Flea or something. Still have John Constantine. We'll have that in there. And technically, he has slain demons because he fought against Belacor.
Bretonnia. Do you know who I am?
Now
Kairos is in the garrison.
that time. Do not even try.
I need to be careful here. I mean, that army's dog shit, so I'm not really worried about that.
Be gone, featherless.
Lord of Bretonnia.
We play the
Huh?
great game, not you.
Okay. See, you're still with their crashes. Just talk about the current controversy with my community members there on Twitch. Because we're now bringing in Twitch Turbo at $11.99. And basically you've got ad-free viewing across all channels. So, although it's cheaper to subscribe to like an individual streamer at $4.99, if you're subscribing to 2 streamers, that's basically £10, call it. So you're £1 short. If you're going to subscribe to a 3rd streamer, or if you're subscribing to one as a tier 2 or a tier 3, you might as well just sub as a Twitch Turbo for $11.99 and you get ad-free viewing across every channel on Twitch. The difference is though, the streamers by the looks of it don't get a single penny of that money. It goes straight to Twitch. Which all that means is Twitch are going to line their pockets and streamers you're supporting are going to get fucked over. That's all that means. And the tier 1 subscription, although it says ad-free viewing, you don't get ad-free viewing because I've been on channels that I was subscribed to, I'm not anymore, and I still got ads. So the tier 1 sub wasn't doing anything. So you might have needed to be tier 2 or tier 3 to get an ad-free experience anyway.
I am the blood of sheep.
Where is this loaded this? I occupied that, did I not?
I will smite.
Was it the previous turn then? For fuck's sake.
You ask for a boon. Speak.
No. Legion of Asgore got destroyed. Right, in case it decides to crash again, I'm going to give it a save.
I will see it done.
To have to experience that end turn again.
Loin Léoncoeur.
Click on the goddamn thing then, Jesus. Yeah, that person 22 is fine.
Ever faithful. The lady beckons.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Oh, gotta change his name again.
Defender of the weak. None shall see me.
Right, that's all the ones. Right, the crash occurred down here.
Noble son of Bretonnia.
Do you know who I am?
When I looked at this fucker's garrison. So before I do that, I'm going to save it again. Because then I ain't got to do all that shit again for a fucking third time. Jesus.
Not you.
So it's clicking that. Clicking the garrison on Kairos, it shows he's got no garrison. He's then crashing the game. Okay. So I wonder if that's actually a problem for the players. I wonder if you actually have no garrison as Kairos Fateweaver, or if that's just a bug. But I've found what the exact trigger is. Now I've clicked continue campaign, so this should load where I just saved it there. Because I saved it specifically for that. Because I saw a bug like this in the past in Warhammer 2. I can't remember which faction it was, it might have been Tomb Kings. And Tomb Kings had taken that orc settlement up from Khemri. Forgot what it's called. It's in like a mountain bit, but it's near the coastline. Is it Gobraz or something like that it's called? And the Monkey Emperor seized control, and he installed Warlord Kishkik of Clan Shin as an advisor. So the Monkey King then is probably going to have good relations then with Skaven. So if he's going to have good relations with Skaven, he could in theory have okay relations with Chaos. And so he seized the Imperial throne. That means he seized Wage Inn. I'm surprised a city like Wage Inn has even fallen. Considering that Nangao's never fallen, you wouldn't think that Wage Inn would have. It's far more protected and defensible. That Monkey King, when he gets introduced into the game, if they do him right, I mean, obviously there's no reference to it apart from the lore references, he could be a badass. And he's going to have to be to essentially contend with the Dragon Children. He can't be a pushover, otherwise he's never going to compete with them. And essentially probably be, in his own way, kind of like Deathmaster. He'd be a martial arts master, but he'd be really good at like fucking over single entities. Whether he'd have magic or not, different story, I don't know. I don't know if he'd be a spellcaster. I think he'd be more of a physical fighter personally. Right, so I can't touch Suddenburg in terms of its garrison. So
I do not think so.
oh no, it crashed it again on that. Fuck's sake. I was trying to look at their garrison. Forgot it shows both. Right, well I'll call it here anyway. It's almost at an hour long and it's crashed now like 3 times. So I can't look at the garrisons of either of these factions for some reason. So just take note. Anyone that plays that, apparently something with Karis Fate Weaver. It shows he's got no garrison. When you try and view the garrison, it crashes your game repeatedly. So take that as it is. But I'll continue that part next time in the next video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new around here, please drop a sub, help grow the channel. And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care everyone and have a great day.